Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, it brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Tuesday. I have to remember it's Tuesday, not Monday. I hope you had a good, restful weekend. Long weekend it was. I hope it was for you as well. Thank you so much for joining us here on Story Time. And glad to be back. Another exciting lineup, as you can see. Great books coming ahead, and we have some fantastic board books here on Storytime this week, and I hope that you're ready for them, including one coming back after a long time to Storytime. And somebody did refer to it as the OG of Storytime. Yes, this is indeed the originals, one of the originals of Storytime. Brought it way back when we started out in 2020. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime today. I hope that you are ready and and had a good weekend. Mine was beautiful, and actually caught this sunset at a soccer game. The Auckland Roots were playing, well, the rivals Sacramento Republic. Let's not talk about the result, but beautiful sunset at Cal State East Bay Fields right there, Pioneer Field. Beautiful, beautiful indeed. I hope you were able to catch some of this, like relaxing, some relaxing time on your own as well. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. And this week we do have a wonderful lineup that awaits. And of course, today we kick off with Get Up, Stand Up. And that one is coming to us from Cedella Marley and illustrations by John Jay Cabuay. And of course, reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. And there'll be a lot of topics that we'll be touching on this week. As you can see from there, it is just how we turn up, how we deal with our feelings, how we manage our feelings, and just also just learn our feelings too, and dealing with them and their complicated nature, for sure. So lots and lots to cover this week. Please do join us if you can, of course, live at here at Storytime YouTube and Facebook, or indeed at storytimewithmrlamada.com. But please don't forget, you can always catch us at your convenience at storytimewithmrlamada.com anytime. Be ready. This book coming right up, Get Up, Stand Up, and it is based on the amazing song, the beautiful song by Bob Marley. Thank you so much for being here. Remember to leave us a message if you're here, so we know where you're joining in from. And indeed, if anybody else is joining in with you, let us know as well, so we can definitely say hi to them too. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Happy Tuesday, and wishing you a wonderful rest of the week ahead. Thank you indeed for joining us today. And this book coming right up, and it is in board book form now. When we've read it originally, it was just a regular picture book, but now we have it in board book as well. So too, that now it can be handled even by the littles in our families. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Get up, stand up. This one based on the song by Bob Marley, written by Cedella Marley or adapted by Cedella Marley, and illustrations by John Jay Cabuay. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Get ready, get comfortable, get cozy. We'll be getting started with our story very, very shortly. And as always, a big good morning to you who's joining us. And of course, sending love, love, love out there to everybody that joins us later on too for the recordings. We're glad you're here. Please remember to leave us a message. And of course, most importantly too, leave us your recommendations so we can get ready. Try and bring those books here to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining in. And we'll be right back after this short break for our story for today. Thank you for joining in. Absolutely appreciate you. Catch me on the other side of this very short message. Thank you indeed for being here, friends. Absolutely appreciate you.
We're your kitchen tenders, and you're listening to Story Time with Mr. Lamata. One more time. Your kitchen tenders, and you're listening to Story Time with Mr. Lamata. Yay, Mr. Lamata! Yay, you.
Thank you so much indeed, Kitten Tenders. Thank you so much. And yeah, please do check them out and enjoy their wonderful music. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Yes, you can find them wherever you find podcasts. And Tune Tales is their podcast. Just look up Tune Tales and you'll be able to see their flamboyant colors, and you'll be able to enjoy the wonderful work that they do. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. And here we go with our book for today. This one is based on the song by Bob Marley, Get Up, Stand Up. And it is adapted by Cedella Marley, Bob Marley's oldest daughter, and of course, illustrations by John Jay Cabuay. Thank you so much for joining us, and a big thank you, as always, to Chronicle Books of San Francisco for allowing us to read this wonderful book here on Storytime. Here we go. When you meet someone talking big and thinking small, and their stinging words push your back against the wall, oh my goodness, what do we do? Yeah, when you meet someone talking big and thinking small, and their stinging words push your back against the wall, well, what do we do? No matter the silly games that people play, you have hopes and dreams they can't take away. When their words bite, stand up for what's right. Yeah. No matter what the silly games that people play, you have hopes and dreams they can't take away. When their words bite, stand up for what's right. Yes, when their words bite, stand up for what's right. Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Yes, when their words bite, stand up for what's right. Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Yeah. Some people need to be the pond's biggest fish. They don't speak the truth and only want their greedy wish. Some people need to be the pond's biggest fish. They don't speak the truth and only want their greedy wish. Remember to be true, the best of yourself. Then you will be a friend to everybody else. Don't just sit tight. Be a bright light. Remember to be true, the best of yourself. Then you will be a friend to everybody else. Don't just sit tight. Be a bright light. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Yes, indeed. Other people parade around with their noses stuck up in the air. They strut about all puffed up, only thinking for what they care. Other people parade around with their noses stuck up in the air. They strut about all puffed up, only thinking for what they care. But if you know the value of what life is worth, you will find your feet firmly planted on the earth. Love with all your might. Be true to what is right. Yes, some people strut around with their noses stuck up in the air. But if you know the value of what life is worth, you will find your feet planted firmly on the earth. Love with all your might. Be true to what is right. Be true to what is right indeed. Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Be a good neighbor and cherish your sisters and brothers and everybody in the community. Practice being kind to yourself and one another. So true. Be a good neighbor and cherish your sisters and brothers and everybody else in the community. Practice being kind to yourself and one another. Yes, indeed. What you give in goodwill shall be returned back to you. Share your truth and compassion. Together, there is much we can do. Yes, indeed. Be kind to yourself and your neighbors. What you give in goodwill shall be returned back to you. Share your truth and compassion. Together, there is much we can do. Together, there's much we can do. So now we see the light. We're going to stand up for our rights. So now we see the light. We're going to stand up for our rights. Yes, we are. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. One love. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed these powerful words. Indeed, this book imploring us to do so much good work, so much kind work, and indeed so much hard work too. As the book says, don't give up the fight. Well, we know to make sure that justice abounds and that justice prevails. We have to fight. We have to do the work. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Catch me on the other side of this short break when we're back for more Story Time. Thank you for being here with me on Story Time.
Hi, friends. I hope you're enjoying today's story on Storytime with Mr. Lamata. I know I am. My name is Angela Dalton, and I'm the author of picture books, including If You Look Up to the Sky, Show the World, and Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner, all of which you can hear Mr. Lamata read right here on Storytime with Mr. Lamata. I hope you continue to enjoy today's story, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, bye.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you, Angela Darton. As you know, Angela, a good friend of the show, and of course a good friend indeed. So thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I hope that you enjoyed the book that we had for you today. Get up, stand up. And this one is based on the song by Bob Marley, and this one is adapted by Cedella Marley and illustrations by John Jay Cabuay. Thank you so much for joining us on Story Time today. Lots of information in here, lots and lots to ponder, to think, and to reflect on. And one of the spreads that I like, and just the words in here too, is this part. It says, "Be good, be a good neighbor, and cherish your sisters and brothers and everybody in the community." Right? Practice being kind to yourself and one another. Yes, be kind to yourself and one another. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I hope that we've been able to pick up one or two things in this book today that we can carry with us. And remember, too, it says together there's much to achieve. Together there's much to be done. So I hope that this book encourages you today and reminds you of the work that is out there that needs to be done. Don't sit still, don't sit quiet when you see injustice happening. Say something, do something. So thank you so much indeed. Powerful message this morning. I hope that it encourages you as you go out in the world today, or just encourages you to be kind to yourself and indeed kind to others. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And of course, let us see who is with us this morning enjoying that beautiful book. Good morning to you out there in Nakitosh, Louisiana. Thank you so much for joining in. It is humid out there. Hot hellos from Chad, Auntie Anne, and of course, Auntie Pam. Well, hugs to you, my lovelies. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. And yes, today we were bringing back this one to Storytime. I hope you enjoyed it. And this time in board book form. We've had the regular picture book here, and now it is in board book form. And I was saying too, yes, it can be handled by the littlest of our family members right now. So remember, think about this one when you go to the library. Ask for the board book so that little person in your family can also enjoy reading. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Absolutely appreciate you. One more time, Pamela Courtney, and of course, Chad and Auntie Anne thinking about you today. And of course, Braylon, we don't forget you. No. I hope that you're having a wonderful time out at the new school. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. So you already know that I will have Chad listen to the song now. Yes. I will be listening too. So different parts of the country, different parts of the world, but indeed we will be listening to the same song, same powerful message by the legendary Bob Marley. And you know I'm a big fan over here. So indeed, thank you so much for joining in, and enjoy the music, take care of yourselves, and I hope that you had a lovely long weekend. I did. I enjoyed it, played soccer, hang out with my friends, hang out with myself. Just got to relax and do what I wanted to do, and just I enjoyed it. I hope that you did too. And of course, it's always good to be back here with you all, and enjoy these books, enjoy these messages, these reminders for all of us. So before we go, again, I just want to go back to this one message in here that I saw too, and I think it is very powerful. Let's just see, where are you? And I just thought this was another one that we need to carry with us today. It says, remember to be true, the best of yourself. Then you will be a friend to everybody. Don't just sit tight. Be a bright light. So if you see things happening, you see people being unfair, say something. And maybe too, on that note too, if you see somebody doing something right, remind them, praise them, thank them for doing the right thing. And that way too, it carries on, that chain carries on, and people remember too to do what's beautiful, what's right. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Tomorrow, we have a tree that is coming here to Storytime. This special tree will be here with us. And what we'll be learning about? Well, hummingbirds will be here. Hello, hummingbirds. Read and play in the tree. Oh my goodness. Join me tomorrow and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful book coming here to Storytime. I cannot wait to share with you. And of course, learn a little bit more about hummingbirds. What do you know about them? Please get ready with those that information tomorrow. Come and share with us and let us enjoy together. This has been Storytime for today. And this has been Storytime kicking off our week for today. Yes, coming back from the holidays, I hope that the message that we had for you today was indeed just what we needed to get us going in this week. Thank you for being here. Get up, stand up. And this one based on the song by Bob Marley, and it is adapted for the book by Cedella Marley, Bob Marley's oldest daughter, and of course illustrations by the amazing John Jay Cabuay. And we were reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for being here, friends. And yes, I am glad that we're here together. This book reminds me of a pretty cool manuscript in the making. Pamela Courtney, appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. And I do remember too that I promised to send you something. I will get to it today. And yeah, just pick your brain on one or two things. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Much love from me. I will see you again tomorrow. Well, God willing, we're back again here tomorrow with more Storytime. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Yes, be that bright light. And remember, we don't have to be perfect. We just have to try to do our best every time. It won't always be possible, but we have to try. We have to try and keep trying again and again. Thank you so much for joining me on Storytime. Much love from me. I'll see you again tomorrow with more Storytime. Bye-bye.
Storytime with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, you won't just start all the reading. We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, you won't just start all the reading. We just can't wait to be hearing.